grandparents really now. And in fact, my family is kind of been reduced to just my mom and dad, and my mom's kind of become ill recently in mental, not physical so much. So it's been a hard year to deal with all that. But my grandfather, I viewed as a real strange person because he was kind of a weird monster in a way. But I realized that people probably look at me that way. So I had a little bit of lesson in life.
What did he do?
I was able to reflect.
What was he like?
Well, he had throat cancer, so he couldn't talk.
Did he have a voice box?
No, he just had like this weird hole in his throat. And
Did he smoke through the hole?
No. But he had a lot of pornography, which is probably why I'm not a big fan of it, despite my hijinks. It was the first time I ever saw pornography, and it was weird stuff, too. Animals and weird things. And so it was, for me, sort of traumatizing, and I wrote about it in my book, and that, of course, excommunicated me from my family, but not my mom and dad, though.
So it took you writing a book saying you found porn that your grandfather had, and then they said, "Nah, we're done with you."
Well, I was never really close to the rest of my father's side of the family, and my mother's side of the family, they've all passed away. So I don't really have an extended family in that sense. So it's a weird question for me to answer. I mean, we were joking about stuff, but that was always kind of a dark one for me.
What about shows? You said your mom has recently become ill, but has she seen many of your shows?
Definitely. And she's getting better now. She's very happy. I went to visit my parents with Evan on Christmas, and then I went to visit her father in North Carolina, and we drank tequila, and I think I was kissing him, not in the lips, but I loved him.
A minute ago you said you already had your tequila phase, though.
Yeah, no, it was on Christmas.
Tequila, yeah.
And no, but my mom had I was worried about her, but I knew she was back in action when she said, "I'm so happy you got divorced, I could throw up."
Speaking about family,
it was back in business.
I can relate to this because I was just trying to uncover some abandonment issues, as they call it, and I spoke to my real father for the first time in 30 years.
Wow.
How'd you find him, or vice versa? The internet.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Where was he living? New Jersey. And where were you raised? Where was I raised? Yeah, all over the country. All over the country. Yeah. And you tracked him down? Yeah. What was that like once you spoke to him? It was weird. In person or on phone? I was on the phone. Wow. Yeah.
Well, at least it's not me.
Yeah, it wasn't him. Marilyn Manson's not your father. He is not my father. God, it's like an episode of Springer. Marilyn, but it did resolve, as you doctors say, your abandonment issues. It did resolve a lot of them. You say doctors plural, by the way? Doctor.
You people.
And I'm using the quotes.
Well, I just want to... You guys can't watch this because we're on the radio, but when people do the double quotations in the air, the proper way to do it is single unless you're quoting a quote. If you're just saying, "You doctors, abandonment issues," it's single, not double. I'm stealing that, and I'm going to use that in material. When someone does that to me, I'm going to let them know. It is. Right. I went to journalism class for like 2 weeks.
And like that? Because I'm speaking about a quote. So it'd be this.
What journalism school did you go to? Broward County Community College.
Yeah.
That's where you guys met, right?
No, I met him at a record store. No. I went in...
Was it what?
No, I went in to buy Judas Priest Painkiller cassette, and I tried to sell T-shirt.
I tried to sell you Love and Rockets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Erasure, and you wouldn't go for it. All right, we got to go to a break. Marilyn Manson and Twiggy are here. Twiggy was in the record store. Marilyn went in, and then they were friends, and then they broke up Memorial Day in '92, and then they're back together, and they're going on the road, and they're making new music.
2002.
Sorry about that. 2002.
I met Marilyn's dad.
What's that?
I met Marilyn's dad.
Have you?
Yeah.
He's a pervert.
He was wearing like a cheetah. Like animal skin.
He carries around a picture of my penis.
He does.
He's a very nice man.
He really does.
He's a very nice man.
He's a deviant.
He didn't seem it. He seemed very nice.
Where'd you meet him?
At Acoustic Christmas years ago. Whenever last time you played Acoustic Christmas.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to break. We're going to talk about many things when we come back. But this is very exciting. I like this very much tonight.
We're opening up.
Seriously, this is like this is Judge Judy.
Healing wounds.
Yeah, healing wounds.
Dealing with abandonment issues.
This is like giving liquor to Lindsay Lohan, opening up.
She doesn't need the liquor to open up. We'll be back in a minute. Marilyn Manson Twiggy.
Yeah. 800-LOVE-191.
Now we are having communication issues.
Call Loveline.
Call Loveline. Call Loveline. Call Loveline. Call Loveline. Call Loveline.
Hey, how you going there with Silverchair? You're listening to Loveline. You're listening to Loveline with Stryker and Dr. Drew. Oh yeah, get me some help in the freezer.
Jesus Christ. But that was Daniel Johns from Silverchair, who just broke up with his wife. And his wife's name is...
I don't know.
Yes, you do. The hot Australian singer. Why am I drawing a blank? Natalie Imbruglia.
He must be gay. Oh.
Natalie Imbruglia.
Wasn't she fornicating with Lenny Kravitz at one point?
Yes. Possibly.
Well, that'll put you in a wheelchair.
The crotchless
not her.
The
crotchless wheelchair, that's right.
He will put her in a wheelchair based on his sexual...
No, he will be in a wheelchair, traumatized by the fact that he has to wake up and think, are you going to go my way? Yeah.
Right.
Why don't you break up with Natalie, however you're saying?
Imbruglia. Yeah.
You know, don't date anyone whose name is hard to pronounce
or spell. But she could have been Natalie
Johns.
Don't
date anybody on Silverchair either.
Do you know that they are the biggest selling Australian band of all time, more than AC/DC?
Wow, that's not true.
Yeah, that is true.
In the world or just in Australia?
Just in Australia.
Wow. How's that working out for you?
You got bad taste.
All right, you guys want to talk about blowjobs?
You could say that?
Yes, you can. You just can't.
Let's talk about blowjobs.
Full-blown blowjobs.
All right. Ashley. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, you're on the radio. Marilyn Manson's here and Twiggy Ramirez.
Marilyn.
Hi.
Hi. My sister actually wanted to say that she thinks you're a sexy beast and she wants to lick your face.
All right.
All right. I just had to get that out there. Hi, Dr. Drew and Stryker.
Ashley.
What's up, Ashley?
What about me? Am I like just
chop liver?
Hey, what about
chop
them?
liver?
But Stryker has a tail.
I'm just like a...
That tail, I don't have a tail. That's just a rumor.
And Kevin and Bean were lying to us then.
Yes.
Okay, so
I'll look
I
your
have
face.
a question.
I'll look my own.
What's your question?
My question is, okay, I know you can get, like, cervical cancer from HPV through unprotected sex. Can you, like, contract any kind of throat or mouth cancers from that?
From warts?
The answer is yes.
Oh.
And oh my gosh, are you serious?
You can get throat cancer.
Yeah, it's really, you know, just like your
gonorrhea and throat chlamydia too.
Yes, you can. That's actually one of the.
I'm very paranoid. I go on the web doc all the time.
Right, there's no symptoms.
Sex a lot.
It has no symptoms either.
Gotta go.
No symptoms for chlamydia and gonorrhea of the throat. But like your grandfather's thing, you can have your trachea, your whole thing removed. You have big surgeries to get rid of.
So if you're smoking a cigarette or a pole, it's not good.
No, but here's the deal. It's primarily people who smoke and drink and get HPV. You basically have to have all three of them.
But Drew, if you have HPV and your warts on the wiener, if you don't if you have herpes on your lip, it doesn't mean you have it on your penis.
Correct.
Why do you have to call it HPV though? It's too close to HIV.
No, it's like HBO.
Change it out. It's like HBO.
It's like IFC.
It's like you're all HPV. If you get the test back from the doctor and it says HPV, you're like,
we just call it.
It's a P. It's a P. There's a swirl, not a straight line.
We got to just call it.
It's only warts.
HP.
Invisible warts.
Yeah, but
what about
just
call it
virus?
But isn't it warts, Drew? Why don't you just call it warts?
Human papilloma.
Isn't it true that 3 out of 4 people have HPV?
By the age of 50, 80% of women have it.
Wow.
So it doesn't matter if you have it.
So we all have it.
That's right.
Is that something I should look out for, like just wear a condom?
No, get the vaccine. Get the vaccine. There's a vaccine.
The vaccine doesn't work for everything, though. I'm not to question the doctor. It only works for certain strains.
It works for the vast majority of strains that cause the cancers.
You know what?
So if you want to protect yourself against the cancers, get the vaccine.
Dr. Drew, I'm concerned about his amount of knowledge on this.
It's good.
Only because I get paranoid for
day.
having unprotected sex. You go on the internet, you get on the web doc, and you freak out. And
yeah, 2 hours after. I prefer a half hour after.
Yeah.
You just look it up on the internet. You see if it's online first, because there might be cameras in the room.
And then you get freaked out because, men may not show symptoms.
Right.
And they're like, oh my God, I might have it.
But you know what's guaranteed? Full-blown AIDS. You know what you got when you got that.
When you got
no mystery.
No mystery.
No mystery.
Twiggy, why do you let your mind play tricks on you by having all this unprotected sex?
I tried to get AIDS through the 90s.